Well, we still have money for wars, but people are still starving. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to Tidbits with Day, where we break down political and cultural issues affecting women into bite-sized pieces. Before we jump into today's video, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button below and you will get notification every time I upload so you never miss a video. Okay, let's jump right into today's topic. The Democrats never cease to amaze me, my, favorite group of people. They are so weak, it is frustrating. I mean, bone-chillingly weak. I'm sure by now we have all heard the government shutdown is over. So I thought it'd be a good time to give a little update on kind of where we are with the shutdown, why it ended, and what is unfortunately next. At face value, you think this was a good thing. People having their jobs back, airports being able to operate at full capacity, flights going out, people who were furloughed being brought back and being able to be paid. But if we dig a little bit deeper, we realize it was all for nothing. And the American people are about to suffer in a way that we have not seen yet. And I know it's 2025 and you're like, Deja, there can't be more. There's more. Yay. So how did it all go down? What was agreed upon? What was not agreed upon? What did the Dems do or not do? It ended with the healthcare extinctions the Democrats were fighting for that we've previously discussed not being included in the funding bill. The extinction not being included in the funding bill. 8 moderate Democrat senators crossed the aisle and indicated that they had struck a deal with the Senate Republicans to reopen the government. The reason they did not hold out longer, this group of Democrats claim, was because it was obvious that President Trump and congressional Republicans weren't going to negotiate and too many people were suffering. The Trump administration correctly gambled that enough Democrats would not be able to stomach the amount of pain they were willing to inflict on 42 million Americans who are recipients of the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or as we know it as SNAP, and the more than 3 million federal workers who were either completely laid off, furloughed, or working without pay. The moderate Senate Democrats who crossed over to open the government did so on a pinky promise from Republican congressional leaders that there would be a vote to extend the health care tax subsidies that are within the ACA. But House Speaker Mike Johnson said shortly after the deal was made that he would not commit to a vote. Whether or not a vote is had, if the healthcare subsidies within the ACA are not extended, Americans with or without health insurance will see their healthcare costs rise to insurmountable amounts. As you guys know, in my previous video, I sided with the establishment Democrats. I thought they had finally found their voice and that this time around they were really going to stand their ground, put their big girl panties on, and stick with each other in the hopes of getting what the American people need in the long run. But I was wrong. That is not what happened. That was not the case. It's very, very frustrating seeing once again the Democrats not have a backbone. They had the upper hand. The Republicans control all the chambers of government. From the president on down, everything is controlled by the Republicans. If they would have held out, even a little bit longer, who knows what could have happened? Who knows what success they would have had? And at this point, it's getting really, really difficult to defend establishment Democrats as nothing more than controlled opposition. People are not stupid. People are not stupid. And I know those folks in those elite positions, in those power positions, believe, Democrat and Republicans believe the Americans just don't pay attention, that we can do whatever we want to do and it's not going to matter who it hurts. Democrats, you have been put on notice. If the wind in New York for a Democratic Socialist mayor did not tell y'all enough, we are done. You all saying at least we're not Trump, that is not sufficient anymore. Y'all had the chance on a silver platter to show us that you had actual fight in you. And what did it take y'all? 40 days to vote? 8 weeks, give or take? Y'all are proving time and time again that y'all cannot be trusted with the power that you hold to stand up against literal fascism. This is not 2016. Hell, this is not 2020. We are facing a literal dictatorship. And y'all are still trying to shake hands across the aisle with literal fascists. It's not giving y'all care. It's giving y'all are accomplices. If you want folks to believe otherwise, I don't know if this strategy for y'all is working. Because 2026 is coming. And a lot of y'all are going to be primaried. And we're not going to allow you all to forget when you guys go stumping for fundraising dollars and stumping for votes. We're not going to allow y'all to forget. Hakeem Jeffries, Chuck Schumer, and the men and women of your ilk, your days are numbered in Democratic leadership. Mark my word. I will see that happen in my lifetime. Because y'all don't have it in y'all to fight. And y'all cannot be trusted. So, what's next for us? The current government funding bill that was just passed only funds the government until January 30th, 2026. So in a couple months or so, we're going to be right back where we started, but even worse shape. I am tired. I am tired of saying the same thing over and over and over. No matter what happens at the end of the day, I will continue to reiterate, no one is coming to save us. No one. It is on us to show up for one another. Deja, how? I'm tired. What do I do? How do I connect? Google is your friend. Google is your friend. What is a subject, a topic that causes you pain when you see someone suffering in that area? If it's food insecurity, if it's healthcare insecurity, I can guarantee you in most states, there are organizations of all diverse subjects working to end the suffering in their specific own way. Is it environmental justice? Is it domestic violence? Is it social justice and police brutality? Right now, it's going to take all of us to lock arms, whether you're a Democrat, Democratic Socialist, liberal, leftist. Hey, y'all. It's going to take all of us What do you care, and what gets you going? What gets you riled up? What can you argue about? Google organizations in your area and sign up for their newsletters. They probably are desperate for volunteers. Show up to community meetings on those topics. Maybe branch out. Maybe you're stuck on one subject or one area, like, me, it's domestic violence, it's women's issues. Maybe I go to an organization that's meeting about environmental justice and see how we can connect and I can show up for them with the skills that I have. And while SNAP is going to be rolling out here soon and people will be getting their benefits, I assure you, in my line of work, there are always food insecure people. And so don't stop donating to food pantries. Don't stop volunteering for food pantries. All of those things still matter. The only thing you cannot do is nothing. It's fair game at this point. Just don't do nothing. I am tired. It is scary. We are scared, and it's getting worse. All those things are true. And also, America, unfortunately, because it refuses to learn its lesson, has been here before. And we probably, let's call it spade a spade, we're going to be here again. But in this present time, we cannot afford to close our eyes and pray and hope for the best. You can pray. I get it's comforting. But after you're done praying, I'm going to need you to go do a little bit more. Okay? I think we owe our community that. We owe it to ourselves. We owe it to our future children. In 20, 30, 40 years, what are you going to tell of yourself during this time? Are you going to have to make up something? Are you going to have to lie? Or can you show them pictures of you locking arms with your fellow community members, rolling up your sleeves, and getting to work in the face of a fascist government? Thank you all so much for being here with me today. I know we're all exhausted. Let's take a deep breath. Again, if you haven't already, I would really, really love it if you would subscribe to my channel, hit the bell, and get notified for all of my video uploads. Like and comment down below how you're planning on showing up for the rest of the year. What things do you plan on getting involved in? I would love to hear all about it. And as always, my sweet friends, stay curious.